Hello there, everyone! Alexman here, and welcome back to another Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild revisit. Last time, let's take the map and check our hero's path of what transpired last session. Last session, we started off to go into the Faron region. We took care of the Spring of Courage with the scale we've got from a few sessions back from the dragon. And we attempted... We also met Kass here for the first time, so we know exactly where he's going and what he's doing. And then we attempted to try to fly into the Faron region, trying to get to this tower, the Faron Tower, which we found out was a little too high for us to tackle at the moment. So, by all accounts, we decided to go forward into the wetland region here in Kariko Village. And we also gained the abilities of our Sheikah Slate. So now... all of our runes are now at plus, with Stasis Plus being active as well. We have everything upgraded for our Sheikah Slate. We can do everything we want with the Stasis now. And the bombs are plus now. We have more damage to them entirely, which is great. And then we trekked up to Zora's Domain, to which we are now here in the presence, where we actually learned of a memory of a fallen champion that we now remember as Mipha, the Zora champion, which just in turn, unfortunately, saw her demise 100 years ago during the Calamity Ganon. And given this sweet armor that we can actually fly up waterfalls now with. But, as Mewtwo said last session too, is that we're going to need 20 shock arrows to basically take down Vah Ruta and get inside. So it looks like we're going to have to tackle things a different approach. Now, let's talk about... I don't think we can upgrade. Can we... Let me see my armor real quick. That's the best we could do. I could wear this for an 8+ if I want to, because we're going up against a Lionel today. Yep, Lionel. Well, I'm not really excited about that. Lionels have not been seen in the Zelda series, I don't think, since not Orca Time. I don't think they have seen it. Can I sneak up and get this thing? Come on. Yes, shock arrows. Our first time finding this guy. We might as well grab a freebie. Look, dude, you're not going to be needing it. Hey! Who did it? Who stole my shock arrow? It was kind of me. Sorry, I need it. Heroic person doing here? You're Link! Finally I can avenge Lady Mipha! It's been 100 years since you last showed your face here. Now I, Sagan, will cut you down myself. What do you mean? Plain dumb, eh? Nice try. But you cannot fool me, Champion Link. You're unable to protect Lady Mipha during Calamity Ganon. It's been 100 years since we lost her. Poor Lady Mipha. How heartbreaking. I will not fail her again. Ah, of course. Because you stole my shock arrow, that's why. In that case, you take the responsibility of appeasing the divine beast Vah Ruta. So that is a little cutscene you can get from her. And we also want to talk to this lady here as well. This is Lafat. The person we heard her last time as she was in front of the statue earlier. You are Link, right? Why do you ask? No. Prince Sidon ran through the eastern gate. He was shouting something like, I'm off to stop the divine beast of Link. The Hylian is coming with me. I assume that means you're going up Pumpkin's Mountain in search for shock arrows. That's correct. If so, I have a request that's somewhat related. And what's the request? There's a red-maned monster called a Lionel that lives on Pumpkin's Mountain. I really need a picture of a Lionel. It can be a picture of any red-maned Lionel, not just the one on the mountain. So what do you say? Can you give me a picture of a Lionel? Understood. I'm glad for you saw it so quickly. I see there's a fool in the domain who goads around people jumping off the Shattered Point on Palminus Mountain. It's an incredibly dangerous jump, and this guy pressures people into jumping off by questioning their courage. He's a real bottom feeder. If he keeps up, someone's surely going to wind up horribly injured. I need a picture of a Lionel to show everyone how scary they are. That way, maybe people will stop going up there. Does he answer your question, Link? I'll leave the details to you, but just bring me a picture of a Lionel so I can describe them in terrible detail. Thank you. So this is also something we can do too. Oddly enough, after you defeating there's like certain mechanics inside the game, which after certain events of killing enemies, I think it's about killing enemies, is that the enemies will grow in strength, such as starting from red to blue to black and to white, respectively. Unless you're playing in Master Mode, which the next tier of enemy is gold. I'll say, and say this all, this Lionel that you come across, this is like, I would say is probably the only exception to the mix. As there is like a blue Lionel in the Coliseum and other places after this. But this is actually like the only place where there'll be a red Lionel constantly. It's just so in the fact of this quest in general, is that this Lionel Safari that the Latafat is looking for specifically a red Lionel to have a picture taken from. So I do believe in the coding that this Lionel does not change with the rest of the creatures. So if you want to take down a Lionel for an easier time, then you most likely go in the late game taking down this creature here as well. So we need to fly up this waterfall. With the Zora armor equipped, we can now do this. We can go up any waterfall we see fit. This is very useful, especially in the Farron region where it's nothing but waterfalls. And due to the fact that it rains a lot there, this is a literal way of actually climbing up all the walls in the Farron region, which is something we're going to head back to eventually at some point. I have not forgotten about that tower, and I will get that tower eventually. We are going after every shrine, so that is going after everything else. Let's get some fleet seeds. Might as well grab one over here. Now this Lionel is, let's say, probably very deadly at this point, because you're probably, because the game, I think the game goes to thinking that this is going to be your first one. Because you think, oh, when Impa tells you, hey, you know, you need to go after the 4 divine beasts, and you're thinking, oh, there's one that's really close by. I can probably take that down because that's probably the easiest of the bunch, you know, goading you into what direction you need to see fit. Unfortunately, this is the only difference in this region. I would say in terms of complexity, this one I think has the hardest to start off from if you go after this one first. I don't get the attack bones. Okay, I don't have the rest of the fan armor. I'm gonna have to go with this. That's my strongest. I can go with this and hope for the best. That's my strongest. Oh, actually, this is stronger too. My little lamp, my little headdress here. So I've got what I can as technically the strongest, because we're going after the Lionel. You probably can indeed, you know, grab the shock arrows and try not to fight the Lionel, but it's probably in your best interest to take down the Lionel anyway. Which reminds me, actually, before we continue off, I've got some Amiibo to clear up. I didn't do this last session, so let's head back here. And let's see if we can get some good supplies from the Amiibo I get from the Zelda Amiibo. Let's put this down like so. Link, come out to play. If it'll read. Got some apples and a chest. Ooh, a rare nut. A chicken boo. That's just another spice you can add to the mix. Ooh, wild berries. Nice. And what does this chest contain? A soldier's broadsword with critical hit up. That might be useful if I don't have a weaker weapon regardless. Nah, I think I'll keep that where it is. Maybe come back. If the weapon breaks, I can come back and get one. Alright, Ganondorf, Amiibo, you're up next. What are you going to give me? A chest. This could give me something good. Opal. Okay. Fair enough. And we got some arrows. A restless cricket. Well, I think we found that in the grass. And, let's see. Can I actually hit this barrel without blowing myself up? No, I can't. Okay, whatever. It's going to make me weaker regardless when going into the fight, but whatever. That chest, where the other chest go? It's right there. Okay. Well, if we lose anything, we'll basically get ourselves back. That is just so that I can get some good stuff out of the mix. Usually the Amiibos give me some good stuff. Eat these apples. We're at max health. Alright, now we're on the mix of the bunch. Let's go after that Lionel, shall we? Yeah, this is going to be a fun fight. If you haven't learned how the parrying system works, then you're going to get into a rough house of hurt in this fight. And flurry rushes. I hope you've mastered it, because this is good. This boss fight is going to be the one you're going to need. Let's get up here, get our camera. Oddly enough, this also gives you a cutscene too, for some reason. It's the only time this happens for a boss outside the world. Oh boy. There we go. Picture saying Lionels are very ranged heavy. They are fast, they are quick, and they will know exactly where you are at all times usually. Ah. And it doesn't help that those shock arrows did me in. I'm going to put on a defense buff. Because I'm definitely going to need it. Put you on. Okay, yeah, I don't know the bow as hard as I can get. There we go. Lionels are going to be very deadly here. But if you know how to time your hits, you can almost go into a flurry rush every time they come after you. And I can almost go to them and doing it almost every time. Oh, my broadsword! Alright, it's time to go into the flame sword. Ooh boy. I'm surprised how I missed that. Alright, come on, Mr. Lionel. Ooh. Come on, buddy. Hooah! Fling him down! Now, if you've gone after finding shock arrows outside in the world, you don't have to do this. If you have 20 shock arrows already at the start, you don't have to fight this guy at all. But you probably best want to, because Lionels usually have the better equipment. They usually have triple shot bows, and have pretty good one-handed swords early on. Lionels also have the ability to shoot fire. This is deadly. You can, oddly enough, you can parry his fire attack. You can. Hey, you're stuck on a tree, aren't you? Hello, buddy. Come on. Like I said, you can parry his fire attack if you want to. It doesn't really help you in that instance. As long as you're next to him. And somehow I missed. And there we go. Hiya! Man, my weapons keep breaking. This is not a good sign. There we go. Lionel's almost dead. Booyah! Flurry rush him to death! This has actually been the fastest. I'm not going to jinx myself, to be fair. Flurry rush him to death! Oh, he's going to break. Ooh, boy. Oh, the trees actually resist. Oddly enough, his fire attack is very mixed because of, oh, my shoulder, my shield's badly damaged from that, too. Come on, buddy. I am going to go into broadsword. I could probably finish him off with this. Booyah! Oh, that is bittersweet. That's actually the easiest time I actually had against that guy. I'm sure as to how, but hey, you know what? I'm all for it. The Lionel horn is up. These also, Lionel's drop a lot of good stuff, and if you want to sell something, Lionel stuff usually sells pretty good. We have a Lionel sword, a Lionel bow, which does 10, well, at least when you start off, red Lionel bows are kind of the weaker bunch, but again, a 10 power bow that shoots triples, so that's technically 30 power. That's actually not bad for a bow. And you get a shield, which is actually pretty decent. And I say thanks to my normal shield basically bit in the dust. We'll take this. And this bow thing, I'm probably just going to chuck this little bad boy out, this one I'm with. Chuck this boomerang, and it breaks on contact. Remember, broadsword back with me. That was actually not bad of a shot, really, to be honest. But now it's time to collect our shock arrows. We only have 6. The quest will actually not continue unless you don't have enough arrows. So you just gotta look around the top range here. If you want to take another approach at the Lionel, you can use the water pools here to use the Sheikah ice block to essentially to block him and basically run him into the wall. So you can stun him that way. Or you can basically, you know, parry him with the shield bash as well. So there's a lot of different ways to take down a Lionel. So bear that in mind. There's like no bad way to take down a Lionel unless it's not working properly. Oh, a hightail lizard. Put that into a mix, and we actually get some good stuff. Get some high speed. But there is enough arrows up here, so you can actually get 20 arrows. You have to climb some trees for a bit in order to get them. But given the context, I don't think it's a bad trade-off. And again, this is the only time this game does this. I know that all the Divine Beast quests are relegated into some type of generalization. Like, you know, there's no more importance over one over the other. But there were to the point where I would say that Val Meadow and Val-Naboris, they actively give you arrows enough to actually complete the task at hand. And Val Rudania doesn't require arrows to get into. But this one in particular requires arrows, and they don't give you the ammo because the Zoras are not, you know, they're an aquatic race. They need to be next to electricity and whatnot. I was actually kind of scared to be in this fight, to be honest, but I didn't need to be worried. How much arrows I got? I got 16 of those? Yeah, 16. 16, yeah, I can't see. I'm kind of blind. He's running blind here! Well, most likely. Well, whatever. We can move on. Doesn't matter what we do anyway. But we need some, man, even after you collect 20 arrows, collect all of them, because shock arrows are very useful. Especially when it comes to, you know, like rain area like this. Because if you're actually in a rain area like this and use a shock arrow, whatever the arrow lands, or at least it hits the enemy, it will generate a shock field across the entire region of the area. Or in a small circle, I suggest. So, bear that in mind. But again, you only need 20 arrows for this, and I'm going to switch back to my Zora armor. Might as well. Because we're going to have to fly right back down to it. Now, you can fly down here or just warp back, but who needs to warp back when you can just jump off? Now, you can jump off the mountain. I don't recommend doing so, but you can still do it. And you can see how high we're up. And you can see our placement of this place. See, let's see. Zora's Domain is kind of off in the distance. There it is. Whoop. We'll just fly down our mountain like so. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there's that chest I forgot to bring up, but I brought from the Link Amiibo. Let's get that first, shall we? So that's what we're going after, because that's a weapon, and we have a slot for it. So if it has not despawned, which I don't think they do, in the case they are, and that's a kind of a offshoot, it did despawn, didn't it? Yep, it did. It despawned because it was outside the region. Oh, well. Well, that's good to know. Units and stuff despawn after a time being out of the loading screen. That's good to know. There's another of those words you can talk about the story of the Zoras right there. One of those walls actually does protect of tell the tale of Ruto that wants to be in love with Link from Ocarina of Time, if you look around for one. I don't know where it is specifically in this region, but given the context, this is a bit of a cool little spot. Let's see, what do I need else I need to master this real quick? I could try to see if I can upgrade anything else, like my headgear or something. I don't think I can upgrade this anytime soon. I think I'm at the max upgrade I can, unless I go after something like the Phantom Armor, which I don't know where the other pieces are at the moment. All right, let's go after it. Let's go out. We'll have to go against this here. Let's see. A jewel. Oh, there's a chest here. I'm pretty sure this is money. No, it's a night shield. Okay. Inventory is full. Actually, that's actually a better shield than I've got now. I'll drop you because you're a Zafo shield, and get a night shield, which is a lot more stronger. Again, you're gonna find stronger shields regardless what happens throughout the adventure. So, get some arrows here. Let's see, what else can we find? I don't think we can find anything else here. I think we can actually take down Bob. Make sure you have your shock arrows equipped before starting. Just to make sure yourself that clear. And also have Cryonis on you. This is going to be an interesting setup. And I think we can... Yeah, we need... Also, for this mission, you need the Zora armor. So keep that equipped. And you need shock arrows. So make those equipped and we should be ready to go. Glad to see you ready to go, Link. Are you ready for this? Do you have enough? Do you have the Zora armor and your shock arrows? I'm ready. Wonderful. You'll never cease to amaze, Link. Now then, let's go and appease that divine beast as one. Here we go. We're going to be riding Sidon for this mission. Gaze upon now the divine beast's back. Do you not see those glowing pink orbs? You'll need to shoot each of them with a shock arrow. With the Zora armor, you will have the ability to ascend waterfalls, which I will take you right up to the side of the divine beast, and from there you can swim up and take aim. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Now hurry and get on my back. I'm ready. Good answer. Let's get going. Alright. I'm an unstoppable in the water. Ruda is responding to our presence. I'll move away and wait for an opening before we approach. I'll keep it going at full speed. It's up to you to ward off Ruda's attacks. Are you ready? Divine Beast Fighter will undoubtedly use its ancient and mysterious powers against us. That includes hunting giant ice blocks that we'll need to watch out for. I shall leave those to you. Alright. Oddly enough, you can actually... Cryonis actually can counter Baruda's Cryonis as well. Which is something that's not told to you at all. I'm gonna go for the front one here if he goes right here. Swim upwards, go! I hit two of them? I think I hit both. No, I didn't. I think it's only hooked on you. I think there's a time you can actually get two of them at once, but it's very rare to happen. You can counter the Cryonis' abilities with arrows, I believe, but this is the easier way. It also doesn't require any arrows. Okay, I messed up. I should have not been on there. Swim upward like this. Let's go. There we go. That turns off that waterfall. Now we can move on to the opposite side. Baruda will now create ice blocks that now have more of a spiky approach. You can place your own Cryonis blocks to block them, but it's probably best to just use Cryonis to break their own ice blocks. It's the best way I think. Alright, we're on to the right side. I'm going to go for the one that's furthest away, because that is the easiest thing to do. Swim upward! Huzzah! Did I get that one? No. I got them both, I think. No, I didn't. Oh, that's annoying. Oh boy. Baruda's gonna bring all the stops. All the ice blocks are going after us now. We'll try to shoot right for us, so watch out for that. Use your motion controls or use the control stick to make your camera change. Right, come on. There we go.
Shock arrows ready?
That's not our spot, but we'll see if we can fly over.
Here we go.
Fly over, Link! Fly over this. Hopefully I can hit him with easily. Fire!
That's it.
Got it. Yeehaw! Woo! Wow, that really did it. That stops the rain in the region, at least for now. So, well, that does not stop the idea that there's so much water in the region that's going to overflow. Link, look. The water spraying from Ruta has slowed down. Oh, Ruta is flowing higher now. You want to venture inside it, right? I'll bring you closer. We're counting on you, hero. Do good work in there. Booyah!
Well, Link, here we are. Looks like this is where the real work starts.
Now it's kind
Best
of
of luck.
weird that
Nice job cutting off the water flow from
not
this
sure
divine
as to
beast.
they don't really that the Zora themselves don't want to board themselves. They say that something prevents them from doing so, which is odd because Link can board these with no problem. But it seems like the Zora don't want to.
I'll see you back at Zora's domain.
Oh, don't worry.
Farewell.
I'll see you back there eventually too. Goodbye, Sidon. I'll see you back at Zora's domain. Oof, it's gonna be a fun ride for sure.
Finish the job.